Welcome back to Frienditas,
the channel where two introverts
do the one thing homebodies never do:
leave the house. For the first time on this channel, we rent a car in a foreign country to get around.
We're a bit rusty at driving. The muscle memory totally kicks in, but it's for the opposite coordination.
We drive to Banta Cafe, the prettiest cafe in Okinawa.
Even on an overcast day, this cafe does not disappoint. Look at this view.
We also visit Cape Zanpa and Aeon Rycom, two well-known spots on the island.
Acai bowls. Oh my god. Acai bowls, of course.
We end the day with seafood at Ojima Island, a tiny island connected via bridge to the mainland. This is our car rental adventure in Okinawa.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we are currently at Akamine Station on the Yui line because we are going to be renting a car today from Toyota Rent-A-Car, and we are headed to their Naha branch. Actually, we've driven once before and we didn't film it because we just kind of wanted to get used to it. It was our first time driving in Japan, and so this time we are driving again and we wanted to take you guys along with us.
What we're going to do right now is walk down to the Toyota rental car location, go through their entire process. I think they need both our international driver's permit and passport. We're going to be showing both because we're both going to kind of take turns driving.
We've rented cars before, even in the States. We're not new to renting cars, but we were new to international driving.
The rental car price was also pretty affordable. In USD, it came out to around $50-something for the day.
About 56, and this was after getting what Toyota calls their double protection insurance. So the max amount of insurance that we could pre-purchase for our trip. After all of that, it was just about 56.
And I feel like that's much more affordable than some of the prices in the US.
When we rented cars before in the US, also for just a day, the total would come out to an average of about like $100 or more.
When you rent, you also get the choice of the type of car you want to rent. We could have gotten a K car, but we chose a more regular car. K cars, if you don't know, they're a sort of cheaper to manufacture and maintain type of car in Japan. And so their taxes are cheaper and their registration fees are cheaper. But as a result, their engines are a little weaker and they tend to be smaller. We opted for a regular car instead of a K car because we're going to be filming inside the car as well. And sometimes K cars don't have the quietest interiors.
Alright, so we checked in and we did the car inspection. At the Naha branch, it seems that we only give the international driver's license. I guess they didn't need our passport, but I can't say that that's the same for all the branches because we did have to do that at the other branch that we had gone to previously. We gave them our international driver's license. She just gave us a couple papers to kind of have while we're driving, and then we just went out to the car inspection.
They give you printouts of certain locations, for example, the gas station that's nearest and the return parking lot that we have to bring the car back to, as well as some helpful sign translations.
Like some rules of the road here, and then as well as insurance information that we have for the car. They help to set up the English navigation, so we have English GPS in the car.
There are toll roads in Okinawa, but we are trying our best to avoid them.
The toll roads are distinguished by ETC. I forget what that means, but we can put it here, like a little caption here, what it actually means. Basically, it's a card that kind of helps you bypass having to stop and pay the tolls with cash. You kind of just go through because the card, I guess, activates on the toll, and so it just knows, but it still charges your card. What we found out is that to rent an ETC card through Toyota Rent-A-Car, it is a fee to rent it, but we still are paying the tolls if we were to do it. If you know that you'll be riding on ETC roads, we still suggest renting an ETC card, but if you know that you're not going to do that, then I think honestly you don't have to, because the last time we rented a car, we did also rent the ETC card just to be like super safe, but we realized our GPS aired on the side of no toll roads, and so for this trip today, we're like, we don't need it. If we end up on a toll road, we'll just stop and pay the cash of the toll.
Oh, and the reason we rented a car today was because there are a couple spots that we wanted to see that could not be tied together through a bus tour.
We are setting up the car, we are putting in where we want to go, and also wear your seatbelt because that's what you're supposed to do everywhere. So here is the Japanese side of driving. Here is a right-hand steering wheel. What's funny is that a lot of the controls are opposite. So what would be in America, the turn signal, this is actually for the windshield. And so the turn signal is over here instead. Luckily, what's not opposite is the pedals. So the gas and the brake is still the same.
It's super trippy driving on the opposite side of the road. For an American.
For an American, yep.
Yeah.
And other people who drive on the left steering wheel, right hand side of the road. We have to turn right onto this left lane. So crazy. Luckily, a lot of the road signs have English on them. Everything is in kilometers per hour and in meters. Synchronicity cam.
What's funny is your muscle memory will have you wanting to lean to the right because you tend to be on the left. So you actively have to remind your brain to stay on the more right side of the lane so that the car stays in the center.
As long as you're used to driving and you've been driving for a while, picking up driving somewhere else and even on the opposite side of the road, eventually you get used to it.
It takes time, but I think eventually you can start to get used to driving on the opposite side of the road.
What's funny is that we've been driving for many years now, but obviously in recent years, we have chosen to not have to drive anymore. In that way, we're a bit rusty at driving. The muscle memory totally kicks in, but it's for the opposite coordination. Whoever's in the passenger seat has to also be active because we're the ones helping out with GPS and watching out for anything else on the road and trying to remind driver to stay on the left side. Back when we were driving, we also would listen to music easily, and it was a lot more mindless a little bit. I hope that's not bad to say. It's a little mindless or easy to zone out. We can't ignore the fact that Okinawa as a whole is pretty car dependent. It's not known for its public transportation here. Driving is a really important and huge part of how to even get around here in Okinawa. One of the things that we learned while driving around here was that it's part of a culture here to blink your hazards, both as a way to say thank you for someone behind you who lets you into their lane. So for example, when you're merging into some other car's lane, you turn on your hazards for like 1 or 2 seconds to show thanks to the driver behind you. When you're in a situation that you're coming to a slowing stop, like on a freeway or on a road that typically is supposed to go fast, and you blink your hazards to signal to the driver behind you to start slowing down, versus like brake checking them a little bit or like brake tapping. Hazard lights seem to be more embedded in the culture here as a function, as a useful tool. Here, it's a bit more active, we've noticed.
It's very thoughtful. I really like how they have incorporated the hazard lights here. I also want to say, if you're not gonna drive and you want to I also want to say that if you're not this car has sensors, and there are people on bikes in front of the car very close to it. So that's why it keeps going off. You've noticed that motorcycles tend to take priority in these lanes. There's always a spot in front of a lane for them to wait at traffic lights. So yeah, what I was going to say is, if you are going to come to Okinawa but you don't want to drive, you can just take the Yui line, but that's gonna limit where you can visit because the Yui line is only within Naha.
And that's why we started to venture out doing bus tours, so that we could at least explore more of the island through means that we wouldn't have otherwise. They do have buses here too, but we've heard from a couple locals that they don't often stick to their timetables. Sometimes the buses will be a little bit late, or sometimes they'll be a lot earlier than expected. Buses here aren't as reliable compared to, say, Tokyo or other busy cities here in Japan.
Alright, we made it to Cape Zanpa.
Cape Zanpa. It has a lighthouse.
It's this whole area where on one side you have that lighthouse you mentioned, and then there's more paths leading to the right where you can see over cliffs. There's more views back down that way, but we're gonna head straight to the lighthouse now because we do have a schedule that we're trying to keep to so that we can see everything we want to today.
It's funny because we're not doing a bus tour, but in a way we are still keeping to a schedule.
So now we are the bus tour.
Yeah. Like, we won't get left behind, but we're still trying to hit everything that we can.
There are people who climbed over, perched like ducks on the rocks.
What are they looking for? Maybe whales?
I don't know. Don't try this at home. It's cool. They kind of look like a gang. This cave is so pretty. It almost looks like an optical illusion. One of those things where you wonder how far away is it? How big is it?
Because this is the farthest we can go without like climbing over the fence. I'm sure if we were able to go right up to the water, if this was like a cliffside, I think then it would feel like, whoa, like really tall. But from this vantage point, it doesn't feel like it.
The waves seem pretty rough right now.
Yeah.
What's funny is it was supposed to rain today. So that's what we keep coming across. If the weather says something, don't let it cancel your plans because it could just clear up anyways. Earlier this week, when we were thinking of this plan, it was forecasted to be thunderstorms, and then it downgraded to just rain, and then it downgraded to cloudy with some sun breaks, as you're seeing right now. I'm very happy that we stuck to the plan and went along with it anyways.
Yeah, we figured that at least because we have a car, maybe we wouldn't be too wet during the day if it was going to be rainy, like projected, but it's okay. So we're glad that we're still here.
So pretty.
It's funny because there's so many people who just climbed over the fence.
Yeah, I think if you can drive all the way out here. It wasn't too difficult to do, but the view is really breathtaking on both sides of the lighthouse, on the south side and the north side. It's amazing. Here we are pulling up to Banta Cafe. The parking is free for 2 hours so long as you buy something from the cafe.
I actually found this cafe from researching some more bus tours. It was a spot on a bus tour that looked interesting, but ultimately we decided not to go with and just kind of wanted to rent a car on our own instead. And so we knew that we wanted to go to Banta Cafe because of these amazing, jaw-dropping, beautiful views.
What's funny is we actually designed our entire outing on this day around this one spot because it was that enticing for us. There were lots of seating areas. You'll probably have no problem finding a seat when you're here.
We're not sure if the facilities included like a resort or even like a spa, but it seemed like there were other things to do here at Banta Cafe, but because we were only here for about 2 hours, we just decided to stick with the cafe portion as well as just overlooking the views. Part of the views included a tiny beach just nearby.
We had trouble even deciding on which table to sit at because the views were so great from all of them. Okay, so what we decided to order was the shikwasanade and then the Orion cider there.
Even on an overcast day, this cafe does not disappoint. Look at this view. This is the cafe over here, and we just have a view of the ocean and this beach here. The temperature's good today. A nice breeze.
Yeah, overcast. Don't let it stop you.
Don't let it stop you, yeah. We got the shikwasanade, which is kind of like a shikwasa soda. Shikwasa is Okinawa's native citrus, like lemon lime fruit.
There's like a jelly at the bottom, I believe. The worker said to mix it well before you drink it.
And then there's some mint leaves in here as well. Wow. Sour, it's got that tinge of bitter, and then the mint flavor comes through last. It's quite good.
That shikwasan is good. It is its own unique flavor because I think if you've been watching our videos, we have said that it's similar enough to calamansi, but it's still very much its own thing. We highly recommend trying anything with shikwasa before you leave Okinawa. Here we have Orion cider. It is a brewery, I believe, that is famous in Okinawa because it's an Okinawan export. Because we don't drink alcohol, this is a cider version that is non-alcoholic.
Oftentimes when you're here in Okinawa, you'll see Orion signs everywhere. This was a nice find that they had the cider version here with no alcohol. Ooh. Wow! It almost tastes like a ramune version, like Orion ramune, but it's very good.
I agree. There's a ramune flavor to it.
I actually prefer this because there's no alcohol in it.
One of the most carbonated drinks I've ever had. I'm so happy that there is an option for people who don't drink alcohol, but who maybe want to, I don't know, taste something that Orion made.
If you go to the uncovered section of Banta Cafe, there are these steps that lead down towards the beach, but along those steps are these little outdoor seating spots, part of the cafe, where you can just bring your drinks and sit and continue to enjoy the views even closer to the beach.
If you want, you can also explore the beach. It's got nice white sand. I believe the tide was low when we arrived, so there was a lot to explore.
It made sense that this was part of our driving day because this place is very worth it and also kind of out of the way, so you would need a car to come here.
The cafe being so far out, though, actually works in its favor because it's away from the hustle and bustle of the city.
Here guys, are we gonna have another emotional cafe moment? What's nice is that these chairs that we're sitting on actually, they go pretty far back. We noticed that there are people next to us who are like sat all the way back and they're kind of just laying down on these chairs. It's so comfy here, guys.
It's so beautiful on the inside too. What's funny is like it did just start raining a little bit, so we moved inside to see what it's like, and it's just as nice.
Yeah, so if you're an indoor or outdoor person, this place is the perfect cafe. Seriously.
Architecture is so beautiful, and then everything's nice and clean, geometric. Even the bathrooms were nice. I had to go use the bathroom. It was very nice and clean.
There's so much beauty here in Okinawa. I don't think you could be disappointed with anywhere you go. It's raining hard right now too, and something about it just feels very serene and peaceful.
We really cherish this experience, and experiences just like this just feels like they continue to happen as we live this life. And this is all stuff that we encountered as we were traveling. We didn't have plans for every single country and place we visited. We just showed up and allowed them to come into our awareness.
Oh, it's raining so hard. So we're glad for the little bit that it wasn't raining. We were able to sit outside and be outside just for a bit, but even being inside is totally worth it. Whenever we are headed to a new country or a new city, we have maybe just a handful of itinerary things that we want to do, but the majority of the stuff that we do, we figure out once we're here, and then we start doing research of like, what do we want to do? Because a lot of it feels like planned spontaneity. I think that's kind of the middle point that we like to be. We like the benefits of being spontaneous, but we also really reap the benefits of planning things, so we are spontaneous planners.
Yeah.
We are planning spontaneously.
And we're constantly calibrating, trying to find that balance.
It's raining so hard that the way the rain is coming down on the building looks like a waterfall.
We were just sitting right there. Also, how very appropriate, because tropical weather, if you guys know, will just turn on a dime. Sunny to cloudy to rain, and then it'll pass just as quickly.
It'll be raining a lot, and then it just stops, and then it comes back, and then it stops and comes back. One thing that I've really enjoyed about traveling this way so far is I'm reassociating my feelings about weather, and particularly not ideal weather, because oftentimes in the States I would be pretty uninspired if the weather was anything but sunny and clear. I'm rediscovering joy for rain and rediscovering joy for overcast days and unideal weather, because it doesn't stop us from doing the things that we want to do. And in a way, it's not that it ever stopped us from doing the things we wanted to do back even in the States, but there's like a renewed sense of living that I'm experiencing, and it's nice to have my heart open to these experiences again.
If you think about it, we could have been caught in the rain at any other point, but it's now we could go back inside. And the timing works out like this. It's this reminder that the world keeps asking of us to trust that if we do things that would bring us joy, that everything is gonna work out. Always, all the time. We've talked about this. That kind of thinking may sound corny, but it's not actually if you think about it, because when we reflect on everything we went through to get to this point, it's actually impressive to keep any sort of positive mindset.
The world and your life is really just what you pay attention to. So when we pay attention to our highest joy, that's what we get in return. I can say for myself that I've experienced way too many years of feeling sad and not hopeful about many things. And so feeling very uplifted genuinely and feeling very excited for life is something that I take full advantage of.
This is one of those moments that we're gonna remember forever. We've had so many of them already, and this is just our third country.
If you saw our Starbucks Hiraya video, the one that was in Tagaytay, Philippines, we were there during a very beautiful, clear, sunny day. Even though it's torrentially raining right now, we are still so happy to be here, and this is still beautiful in its own way. Like, we're just giddy with joy right now.
Yeah, I hope this can serve as a reminder for anyone watching that I don't think we're special. I think we're just like anyone else who wanted to travel, and as scared as we were, took the leap. So you can too.
And even if it's not about traveling, you can always choose at any moment of your day to be happy.
goodbye to this amazing place.
Bye, Banta. It was so much fun.
We love you so much.
It is raining so much, but we made it back to the car. We are reevaluating how we're going to spend the rest of the day because some of it involved being outside, but we do have secondary plans for if the rain continues.
I was thinking the reassociation feels like feeling genuinely able to dance in the rain, you know, where it's okay. We have an umbrella, our clothes will dry off, have the car.
On our travels, we've been learning more and more how to be flexible with plans, taking moments like this as redirection, because maybe what we're meant to be doing is something a little different, and the weather is just a way to tell us that.
Sometimes it's weather, and sometimes, like for example, in one of our Taiwan videos, we took a strange bus that actually would have been the bus that we were supposed to take, but we got off and kind of went this whole roundabout way of seeing parts of the island that we otherwise wouldn't have. Here you go, guys. Rain ASMR in the car. Car SMR.
We are at Aeon Rycom, which actually we did want to come to, so we're very happy it worked out that way. This is one of the biggest malls in Okinawa. It might be the second biggest now, but it's still pretty big. It's nice to see that there's a lot of chairs for people to sit at.
So many resting areas.
I think especially on hot days, it makes sense if people come here.
Yeah.
Just like in the Philippines or Taiwan. We have food.
We got roast beef bowls.
It's got a raw egg yolk on top and a yogurt sauce.
The egg is a nice addition because it makes it creamy.
Not too crazy or bold with the seasonings. If this meal was a type of beet, it would be a chill beet.
Like music beat? What do we get for dessert? Acai bowls. Oh my god. Acai bowls, of course.
I appreciate the effort. It's got frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, banana, granola, and acai, of course. Oh, wow. And it's hefty. It's like the weight of a newborn baby.
It's a really light baby.
First trimester. First trimester baby.
It is heavy though for an acai bowl. Like it's very weighty.
Like, if you threw this at somebody, it would hurt.
Don't do that.
It's so interesting. We love acai, and it's almost as if no two acai places are the same.
Yeah, no one place has done it the same, which I enjoy.
This has been so much fun eating at this mall because it's our first time here. I remember this mall was constructed after we both left when we used to live here as kids. So to finally get to see it all these years later is kind of a surreal experience. Okay, we came up here and there's absolutely nothing. This mall gets pretty high up and it's already atop a hilly area, so the views are pretty nice. We are confused as to what this is for.
I wonder if like, do they hold events here or is it like a dance party place but like nothing's here right now? Frienditas.
I love this tank that's in the middle of the mall. It's a nice big size, so I feel like the fish in here, even the big ones, have enough space to swim around it.
So if you can't make it to Chiraomi Aquarium, just come to Aeon Rycom. And this is the biggie. Oh, he's going! Okinawa isn't known as much for shopping compared to other Japanese cities. It's more known for culture, relaxation, and beaches. But there is definitely shopping here. I don't think you could be bored here because there's enough malls that it can feel kind of like a community center of sorts. So yeah, lots of people here, even on a weekday. You know.
Isn't it that big building?
Yeah. Hey! Oh. Oops. I forgot the driver's side is on here.
Here's the menu. We're gonna get sashimi assortment large, koya champuru, grilled diced beef steak, squid tempura. That
was delicious.
So yummy. Even though it was a lot of food, it was pretty well balanced and I feel very satisfied, but not like, oh, I'm too full, I can't walk. Fantastic place, very fresh seafood. I'm really happy that we came here.
Okay, so we just returned the car. There it is. It treated us well. Thank you, car. All right, that completes our day with the car all around Okinawa.
We're back at Akamine Station, so we just dropped off the car and now we are going to head home for the day after nearly 12 hours being out and even more being awake.
Because we started the car at 8 a.m. and returning it now like a little before 8 p.m. But it was worth it, absolutely. We were talking so much in the car about how much we've enjoyed this day, how much it's meant to us. To be honest, we were anxious when we first tried to drive here because we were worried how driving on the opposite side of the road would translate to our driving ability.
Especially because muscle memory a lot of times can be pretty strong. Like, you just mindlessly grab for things and it's a reminder that, hey, I can't just on autopilot just grab for things. I have to intentionally be like, no, I'm not grabbing for the gear shift on my right hand. I have to do it with my left hand and you know, everything else that's included with driving this way.
This has been a huge exercise in self-trust in our own abilities, that they would not let us down in the moments that we need them the most.
Let us know, have you driven on the opposite side of the road from what you've learned how to drive? If you drive, obviously. So we want to hear all these experiences of what it's like to take different modes of transportation even for you.
And that is the end of our time in Okinawa. We had a lot of fun here and it meant a lot to us being able to come back here.
I think it was really important that we were able to come back as adults and not have our intimate memories of Okinawa just stay in childhood, but that we could expand it into adulthood and have a more well-rounded experience.
So as always, thank you so much for watching. And we're at the airport, obviously, because we're going to the next spot. So if you want to see that, please subscribe and follow along.